Hi, this is Eric Daniels from Soulburn, and you're listening to Rockum Radio. Cheers.
Noa'Sd'Ark is a great album. Good
Thank
work.
you.
I like it.
Thank you.
And
Great.
what can you tell me about this album?
Well, I can tell I started 1 year ago, 1 year and a half, perhaps 1 year and a half. I started writing the riffs, ideas for new songs.
Okay.
I made the songs all at home at my computer, like playing the guitars, riffs, and ideas, and I let it hear the other guys of the band, and they said, "Well, this is really great," and from there on, we shape the songs, and we always make demos. We call it blueprints.
Okay.
It's like the ideas rough, not mixed, not recorded, just basically doing at home, and then give the songs give it the body that needed.
Okay.
One was writing his lyrics and the whole concept of the album. At the moment, I started with new riffs. So it went equally up. So his whole concept and songs and lyrics is also work for 1 year.
Okay. The lyrics are really solid. I like it. It's well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations for that.
And there is another something special. All the songs in the order you listen to the album. Song 1, 2, 3 till 10.
Uh-huh.
They also write in this order.
No.
So I started with song 1 and I ended with song 10, and we didn't shift any songs for the album. Just from the first song till the 10th song, was all composed after each other.
Okay. The first one is the more of hope until the last one, and from Archeon into Oblivion. So it's in this order.
Yeah. So basically, what you hear as time span from song 1 till 10, there is a time of 1 year.
Okay.
When we started song 1 and we ended song 10, 1 year was passed by for all the songs. So that's also a little bit special. And further on, I can say, then we had to face another problem is that in Holland all was a lockdown, because of the epidemic. So we were a little bit frightened that the studios won't open or that we couldn't record the album,
Oh,
So
I know, that's true.
Yeah. So lucky, we recorded the album in three different studios.
Good idea.
The guitars and drums are recorded in one studio. The bass guitar is recorded in another studio, and the vocals are recorded in another studio. So we recorded all the guitars, just me and the engineer, and Remco and the engineer. We couldn't go in the studio with the full band. We just had to record all the 4 parts. And if you hear the album, it's very solid. You can't really hear that it's really separated, recorded, So that's really also what I like so much about this album, that we are together for a very long time. From 2013, we are together. So that's almost 7 or 8 years. But we just feel each other so well. We just know from each other how we play our music. So that was very awesome to do.
Of course, it was a challenge to record the album.
And another challenge was the mixing. We never gave. It's done by John Bart van der Wal. He's a Dutch guy. He plays in Doel, and he's very crafted with mixing and stuff like that. We never told him what to do. He just got the tracks from the studios. He just got the tracks, and he made his own vision of the album.
Okay.
to make. And he let us hear his first mix, and we said, well, there's some magic in it, some magic. And then we went on going further mixing. I guess in 2 weeks, 2 weeks time span.
Okay.
And we were by mix 5 or 6, and we said we throw all away, and we just go for mix 1, the very first mix he did. So that's the result of the So basically, that's how the album was created, and the whole concept of the album Noa'Sd'Ark is like the Bible story.
Okay.
Noah.
Okay.
And everybody really knows the story of Noah's Ark. You know, like the Bible.
I know.
So we said, well, we turn it the other way, like Noa'Sd'Ark, and we just mean by that. The original story of Noah's Ark was to rescue people and animals, you know, from the devastation of
in the ark.
But we say,
no.
But we say, like in these days we are living in this planet we're living in, there is no chance we're gonna be rescued because of the fact that we think we are bit by bit destroying our own planet. You know, like it's not like political. It's not like it's just like nature. You know, like if you see like biodiversity. You know, like we are destroying our planet with the fact that we need so much. Really, we are greedy. We want more.
We want more.
Yeah. So from that point of view, we made this album, like to say our vision of that. If we continue this way, it won't be. It will be so much damaged, you know. And we really believe that. And there are also science also give us numbers, you know, like they're measuring the planet. They give us numbers and so on. From that point of view, we also think nowadays more and more people don't have own identity anymore. If you see Instagram, every girl has a duck face, you know. Every girl posted,
it's
every
true.
girl, if you see Instagram, they all want to be alike the same, you know, like their models or like their... So we think we are not very identical anymore. So in that point of view, there are also songs based on that. And from the other hand, it's like, you can see it this way, like we said, like vampires, you know, you have one vampire, he bits another person, and he becomes the same vampire. You know, if you reflect that in that way, like we don't have any identity, then we are going up in the mark. Basically, the whole album is very sad. Of course, also with psychological items. I know Twan is really fan of Nietzsche. You know, like it's his hobby. His hobby is to read very psychological items, and he also likes stuff like serial killers and stuff like that, all kind of crazy things. And he put the lyrics in his own vision.
Okay, because your album is a concept album. Basically, it's a concept album. Every song have own personality. I was listening to your album. It's different. Because if you listen, the number 2 is different than the number 4. And that's nice. It's not easy to find a record that you see more than 2 or 3 songs difference. And you have, each songs are different. And I like that.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it's like, and I think they all sound different, but in the end they are all connected with that's really what I like. That's not what I just started composing songs, you know, with no idea. I didn't have any ideas to put it in a concept or so on. I just record my riffs and so on, and I think, well, these are good ones, and I can connect it here, I can connect it there. So yeah.
Is there any music difference between this album and the 3 previous ones? Yes.
Yes, we believe that this last album we made is a level level up from the other albums.
Okay.
It's like when you hear the first album and you hear this last one, it sounds different, but it's also logical. For us, it's logical that we made this album considering what we did previous. It's like, I can give you an example. For example, if someone digs our albums in 40 years or 50 years or 60 years,
okay,
and they buy all our albums, then they can listen and they will understand. I hope they understand that there is progress in our music. Basically, I didn't have in mind when I heard only the guitar tracks, like when you're composing, you only hear the guitar tracks. And I said to the guys, I think they are a little bit boring. They are starting a little bit boring, I don't hear bass, don't hear drums or vocals. And they said, Eric, don't worry. We all give our input, for all the songs.
Okay, I understand. Eric, if you could choose 3 bands as the most significant influences of this studio album, what bands would you choose and why?
Okay, first, that's not difficult. The first one is Battery.
Battery, wow, man, God, amazing band.
Yeah, I heard Battery when I was 16, I believe, the first album, and it was so dark and so, it grabbed my heart, like it's like with Battery, it's not perfect. He did, Gordon, it's not perfect. He played, but there's so much atmosphere, so much. He puts
That's
in his music.
Yes.
All his heart he puts in music, and that has my endless respect. He did, So I have all his albums. I have it all. I'm just digging all what's kind of Battery, and I hear his vibe. The vibe he puts in his music, and we have the same. We have that same attitude and the same approach in our music. So there, of course, Battery is miles way up. That it can be touched. Like many covers you hear, it's all good, but it never can have
exactly
the true feeling Battery has. So let myself clear that I don't want to put Soulburn in the level of Battery, but he has a very much influence on our music. The second band is Venom. The second band is Venom. And why Venom? I was 40 or 50 years old, and a friend of mine, he said, well, I have a videotape. Do you want to see it? I said, what kind of videotape is it? It's Venom with the 2-track Need Records videos they made, Venom did, I think, Witching Hour and another song. So I put it in the video, in the VCR. He had to back time your. And I was sitting there and I thought, oh my God, those guys are coming from hell. Wow. They are really going down from hell playing.
Mantas, Cronos, Sabadon.
So I was so very, very intrigued, I would say it, so very, amazed by that I said, well, this band with that kind of music, at those days they were the loudest band, they were louder than Motorhead at the time. After Motorhead came Venom. Venom was the loudest, most roughest band there was. So my guitar playing is really like influenced by Mantas. His kind of playing, like very rough playing and not beautiful but rough, So that's number 2. Number 3, I think, is Celtic Frost.
Oh my God, amazing, man. Into Pandemonium, I love that album. To Megatherium, I love that album. It's amazing.
Celtic Frost is like those days. You had the thrash metal, speed metal area when that came up, when that's big, and there was one band standing out. There was one band who was different. They want to be the fastest. They want to be the heaviest or the heavy they are. But they had their own sound. But what I really liked was that morbid feel, that morbid feel in those Celtic Frost songs.
Wow. Amazing.
And that you can, I hope so, hear back in the new album too, like a little bit Frost influences. So those three bands, and I think many other bands or whatever, because we're not focused only on three bands, but those three bands are really important for Soulburn.
Now I understand. Any last words for the listeners on Rockum Radio?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this interview. I have to say this is the first interview I ever did in 25 years.
No
playing
way.
music with Canada. So I want to say I'm very happy and pleased to do this interview. And I want to say to the Canadian people, just take care of each other, and especially the people who are the weakest in society and needed the most help.